welcome back to Daggerfall. Today is the 10th of Sun's Height, and we are getting back to our Daedra artifact collecting quests. So, today is the summoning day for Vaermina, the Prince of Nightmares. And she's not being nice. So we'll have to keep trying over and over. By the way, I want to mention that if you try to summon a Daedra on the Soul Mages Guild on the Isle of Balfiera, and you succeed, the game actually locks up. This has happened a couple of times. I've tried it a couple of times, so I guess you just can't get any Daedra quests on the Isle of Balfiera, which makes me wonder why there's even a Mages Guild there at all. Here she is, Vaermina. A very wise Nord once said that power corrupts and absolute power is absolutely fabulous. I like this person. Now, I'm sure you have certain moral problems with murdering an innocent who never hurt you in any way, but you'll do it to win my skull of corruption, yes? Yes, of course! So we are going to kill a lich this time around instead of a vampire, but it's still crawling around a dungeon, finding the enemy and killing them. Is it just me or is the frame rate higher? The animation looks like it's going faster. Oh well. So, you will find this cadaverous presence in King Wing's guard. He's nervous, so be ready for a battle. Go to Vanshire and look for my servant in the library, etc. Alrighty then. That's what we'll do. By the way, this Mages Guild is not in Daggerfall or Wayrest or any of the main regions or whatever. I actually decided to travel to a different region. As soon as I get out of here, I'll show you. But this particular Mages Guild has a really weird thing in it. Let me see if I can remember which wall it is, because one of the walls has a really buggy texture. I don't know what's going on with it. As soon as it... Oh, there's also the lighting is a little weird here, but, let's see. It's around one of the corners. Yeah, that's the one. You see how it shimmers as I move? It would be really awesome if this were actually a fake wall and you could go in and then the teleporter would be there. But no, that's not how it works, unfortunately. So the teleporter is conveniently right next to the entrance in this guild layout. So we'll set the anchor, we'll talk to him. And this Mages Guild is in Menevia. It's the region right next to Wayrest. So, King Wing's guard. And away we go. There's the entrance. It's gonna be a dungeon crawl, unfortunately. Ah, more classic arena music. That's at least nice. We're looking for a lich. Oh yeah, I identified the shield that I got before. It is a buckler of force bolts, which means it can fire lightning. And why am I carrying this? I don't need to be carrying that. Those are my old greaves. You hear that? That's the sound of enemies. If that turns out to be the... So there are wraiths. And is that the lich? Is that the lich? Wow, that is extremely lucky. Luck beyond words. I did not expect that. Always nice to just find the quest target, like, right inside the entrance to the dungeon, am I right? But I hear something. Is there a secret door in this room? There is not, apparently. So that was a dead end. If I had taken any other route through the dungeon, I would have been crawling for ages until I figured out that, oh, it's right next to the entrance, and I just had to, like, turn left from the entrance, and I would have gotten there. But I hear something in this dungeon, so I'm gonna just take a quick little detour. And, yeah, I've had enough. Never mind that, then. I was actually thinking I could run into the wereboars, because I heard the noise for them. So let's set the anchor again. need to double check where I'm going after this. Oh, it's at the top. Why is it at the top? Let's see. Vaermina. It's kind of had to search for the name of the town. So we will travel to Vaermina. The bargain shoppers of the known world are out in force today, and it is little wonder, for the 10th of Sun's Height is a holiday called the Merchant's Festival. Every marketplace and equipment store has dropped their prices to at least half. That's incredible! The only shop not being patronized today is the Mages Guild, where prices are as exorbitant as usual. Well, that's unfortunate. I was gonna buy a bunch of stuff. 2 months, there will be another holiday for the Mages Guild, I imagine. Alright, it's nighttime. I was doing this quest at night, so we have to levitate over the gate again. And I could actually climb the fence and get into the town that way. But that would probably result in me having to tumble off of the fence here anyways. There we go. So we're in. I think the worshipper was going to be at a certain library, and it's night, so I can't really ask anybody where it is. What am I doing? Obviously, I should travel this way instead, because now, boom, it's daytime. Easy way to fast forward. And I got the location on my map, and it's not far from here. This is good. This quest is being very kind to me for some reason. I wonder if I should be scared about that. Anyhow, we still have about a month before Medora is going to be ready with that little package of dust that we have to take and sprinkle it on King Lysandra's grave. Open up. Jeez, these libraries are always so weird. So, did the Lich cough up a cloud of dust when it died? Vaermina will be so pleased with the news. I hope you won't mind if I embellish a little about some horrible, outrageous sins you committed in your journey. I killed one guy. Oh, and I guess I broke into the library, too. Here is the Skull of Corruption. Use it whenever you want a target to be faced with their darkest side. Farewell, Erica, but do bad. Okay. Kind of freaky looking skull there, huh? Using the Skull of Corruption on an opponent creates a duplicate of the victim. However, this duplicate will attack the original, not the wielder of the skull. There's a story about the Thieves Guild Master and the skull that is probably fiction, but highly amusing. The Master used the skull on her enemy, creating a clone of him to fight. After defeating the original, the clever duplicate snatched the skull from the Master and used it on her. Although the cloned enemy could not directly attack the Master, it could use the skull to create a duplicate Master. The two clones jointly ruled the Thieves Guild for years. Interesting. But it probably is fiction considering what the later Elder Scrolls games tell us about the Thieves Guild, and the origins of its Master. Although, speaking of the Thieves Guild, I always thought it was weird how there are all these different guild branches, and where's the door? There it is. I always thought it was weird how there were just a bunch of different guild branches that have, like, different stories about... Oh. Yeah, I guess that bracer that wasn't really doing anything for me is officially broken now. Yeah, when magic items break, they vanish permanently. Anyhow, I'm sure you're all dying to see what happens if I try out the Skull of Corruption on one of these innocent bystanders here. Well, let me just save so that this, so that I can avoid any repercussions for doing this. And you get to die. You get to die. Here they come. And now we just ready the skull. I think it's going to show up in this menu. Skull of Corruption. Okay, so we have to use it from the inventory, like with the Sanguine Rose. And now I've doubled the number of halts. Apparently. So yeah, the Skull of Corruption and the Sanguine Rose are the, no halting. There's one behind me. Oh, I got arrested because of the sun damage. That's another thing. I forgot that if there are guards attacking you and you get hit by anything, including sun damage, including fall damage, that counts as them arresting you. It's funny. Very funny. So yeah, the Skull of Corruption and the Sanguine Rose are the only two items in the game that allow you to summon a follower of some kind that fights with you. Still, they're pretty fun to play around with. Anyhow, I need to shut off that noise now. Man, I haven't even shown off what happens if you get arrested. Well, I suppose I could do that. Just gotta get them to show. Anytime now? Aha! I'm taking you to face the court for committing attempted breaking and entering. I just killed some guys! It's not breaking and entering. I wonder what happens. So yeah, anytime you get arrested and sent to court, they will... Oh, now the crime is murder. So you can either plead guilty or not guilty, and a guilty plea will lessen the sentence. But you can see that the sentence is very high. Also, you get both a sentence and a fine, not one or the other. But they don't take your stolen goods. So if you commit theft, you know, you can still keep the items at least, even if you do get a sentence. So if you pick not guilty, you can either debate or lie. These check the two speechcraft skills, which are etiquette and streetwise. You raise those by conversing with NPCs and using a polite or blunt tone. This is the only use of those skills, so as long as you never get arrested, these are never useful. And if you ultimately get sentenced, then you have to wait out the sentence, which can be very detrimental, because if you're on a timer, then, you know, having a year sentence on your record and having to sit through all of that can obviously cause you to fail your quests, lose all your reputation, all sorts of other horrible things. But of course, I'm just going to reload, so this means absolutely nothing to me. And I'm dead? Or not? I am dead. That was very strange. Well, that's the game over screen in case anyone wanted to see it. Anyway, the next summoning day is on the 8th of next month. So, until then, I suppose I will do something useful, like grinding a skill or something. Later. My ear hurts. So yeah, I was grinding my restoration up to 87, which will give us the final rank in the Mages Guild, and I am now level 17, so that's very nice. Where do I put the points? Guess I put the points in luck. Only like 50 or 60 more levels to go, and then we are maxed out on, we have max attributes. Let's see. Also, this, wow, hello, Malfaga, I guess. This inn here actually had some very unique NPC sprites that I don't think I've ever seen before in this game. They're nice looking, but I just don't think I've ever seen them used anywhere else. So that's kind of interesting. It's Vanshire in Menevia. Anyhow, we still need to pass a little more time, so we'll have to think of something. Oh yeah, here's the final promotion to the rank of Archmage, by the way. I kinda just got it after I accidentally clicked on the teleporter person. Your devotion and prowess is thus noted. Strive ever forward. We don't really get anything for it, but it's nice to know that we're now, like, the leader of the Mages Guild, I guess. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah, funny thing. I tried casting that identification spell that I finally managed to make. And you know what I found out? I found out I don't have the spell points, but I can tell you what it does anyways. It lets you identify magic items, obviously, but you still have to pay money! You still have to pay money! Who are you paying money to? Yourself? Then why do you still lose the money? I don't know. Whatever, let's move on. Alright, so it turns out that there was actually a very big gap, time-wise, between Vaermina's quest and the next Daedra quest. So I am actually going to go and see if the powder is ready for Lysandus by climbing Durrani Tower one more time. I am sick of climbing this tower, and I am never going to do it again. The powder is ready, all you need to do is sprinkle it on his true corpse. I must warn you, it will not put his shade to rest, but will soothe it sufficiently to allow you a chance to speak with him. The final exorcism is for Lysandus to choose. It's kind of a shame that we don't figure out what's causing this whole ghost thing ourselves. We just directly ask the guy who can't... We just directly ask Lysandus what's going on instead of figuring it out ourselves, which is kind of unfortunate. I just feel that way. I do not know where he was buried. I do know that it is not on the field of Cringane, where they erected that monument to him. If you do speak to him, could you tell him I still love him? Death will not be a barrier to us for long. Well, I can't do that because I'm a silent protagonist, but I do know where he was actually buried, fortunately. Because long ago we completed a quest for the Underking, and we got the location of the tomb, so we can teleport straight to it. It is in Menevia, and it is simply called Lysandus' tomb. I just hope you know to actually search for that, because it has been quite a while since we got the location. So there it is. They made an entire dungeon for his tomb. I guess if you want to bury a king, that's how you do it. Build an entire dungeon. So we're going to have to crawl to get to his casket or whatever. Fortunately, I have a map of this dungeon because it's a main quest dungeon. So in we go. The entrance looks actually pretty nice. You've got these statues here for some reason. You've got that thing. We need to go through this door. And people have asked me how I actually know what I'm doing. I mean, with these dungeons, because sometimes there are weird puzzles and stuff. I mean, I have a map and a walkthrough, obviously, but, you know, when you play this game for the very first time without knowing what you're supposed to do, it can be very, like, it can be almost impossible to know that you're supposed to touch that one specific torch in Shedungeon, or fiddle with the switches in Sentinel, or in this case, touch the floating skull to teleport. Yeah, how would anyone know to do that their first time down? You know, it's almost like this game is completely impossible to clear on your first go-through, or the main quest anyways. And you know, that's kind of unfortunate, because I feel that the main quest is one of the star attractions of Elder Scrolls. Like, why wouldn't you want to get yourself involved in the story? But for something like Daggerfall... Is that a secret door? For something like Daggerfall, I think the draw of this is more of the fantasy life simulation and not overcoming challenges or like completing some epic quest line. No, it's more, you know, it's more just kind of playing the randomly generated quests, feeling like you're living in the Iliac Bay, basically. Of course, that kind of changes with Elder Scrolls 3 onwards. Now then, I hope I'm going the right way here. Nothing in there. Let's see here. We should take this little passage up this way. There have been very few enemies. Mostly vampires. What do they got? They just have a bunch of ingredients and gold. Am I supposed to go through here? No, I'm actually turning this way. Should pass over a little pit in the ground with a vampire enemy beneath it. Hello. Or in the pit, rather. Turn here, and we have a lich again. I'm using the mithril sword that sucks life out of the enemies. Maybe I should probably switch to the Daedric Daikatana again, because I like having the shield, I like having the sword that sucks life, but this sword is just a lot stronger for raw damage. Now let's see here. Follow the hallway further north, go through the door, and turn west at the intersection. Suppose this is where I'm going. Hey, a zombie! Turn west at the intersection, it says. I haven't seen an intersection yet. Is this an intersection? Well, this enemy didn't see me. Alright, I gotta check and make sure I'm not going the wrong way. Alright, so I got a little confused with this section. You have to go through this door, turn here, go a little bit north, and turn here to go down the steps over that little rock. Let's see here. Yeah, this is correct so far. Turn here. Up this way. And we should turn south here. Up these steps, another zombie. There's been a couple of zombies so far. Head east, it says. This is east, isn't it? Check yield map here. I better just take care of the enemies, wherever they are. And get the loot. Just keep going east through here, I guess. This is a highly confusing dungeon. The map has honestly just been confusing me here, so you're supposed to go this way. Yeah, this looks more like where you're meant to be going. Up here, there's going to be a little turn here. Go through the door. Much, much better. Yeah, it should come as no surprise that I think Daggerfall's main quest dungeons could stand to be a lot less confusing than they actually are. I don't know why Lysandus' tomb in particular had to be this convoluted. But, you know, I guess they wanted to, you know, they didn't want anyone going and discovering his corpse, I guess. So we have vampires, vampire ancients, rather, with only 510 gold. There's a rate here. I wish the noises would stop. Alright, I gotta check the map one more time. Alright, moving on. We keep going this way. And we're gonna turn here. Just verifying the first turn. Up these stairs. Go all the way into the back here. And there's gonna be another vampire. Good thing I'm absorbing all of these spells. I am pretty sure that was a male vampire, but I'll take his bra anyways. Yeah. Let's rest. just to get the health back. How did my swimming improve? When have I gone swimming? We're getting very close. We're getting very, very close. This dungeon has been annoying, but it's almost done. We turn at this intersection. We go north, another lich. There's going to be a coffin there. We keep going down, and now we are going to have... What is this? This is an elevator. Flip this, I think. If I can get close enough, anyways. Looks like a pitfall rather than an elevator. That elevator certainly dropped quickly. I guess we'll have to levitate down. And now we have another puzzle of sorts. Which, you know, anytime you hear the word puzzle when you're playing Daggerfall, run screaming in the other direction. We have lots and lots of doors with zombies in them. I wonder how they got here. Is this necromancer work? Like, why are there zombies in this tomb? It's supposed to be a secret tomb. So we are in this big circular hallway with a bunch of doors leading to zombies and other stuff. We need to go all the way around up this way. And this is where the burial chamber is, but the burial chamber is underneath us. So what we have to do is we have to go in here, I think. There's going to be another elevator, so you just flip the switch and away you go. And in this room, you flick the lever and hope the game doesn't glitch out. And hope that the noises don't get to you either. Was I clicking it or not? I couldn't tell. So flicking that lever caused something to happen in this room. You can see that nothing has changed. Am I following the walkthrough correctly? Pulling the previous lever has opened a secret door in the southeast corner of the burial chamber. Okay. The southeast corner, huh? Southwest. This looks like it. Yeah, that looks like it. So we pull this lever now. And now this entire floor lowers. This is actually pretty cool. The game hasn't really done much like this until now. This lowers the floor, and there is the casket containing the corpse of Lysandus. So after all of that, one of the most confusing dungeons so far, here is your reward. You click the casket, this happens. Excuse me? Okay, I'm apparently going to have to splice in the video clip later. There was supposed to be a video clip.
You soothe my rage. I do not seek to be placated. I seek vengeance upon he who slew me. If you would truly lay my spirit to rest, be the instrument of my vengeance against Lord Woodborn of Wayrest.
So hey, it turns out that Lord Woodborn, the guy who's been trying to assassinate us, who's been doing all sorts of weird conspiracy stuff and has possession of the Totem of Tiber Septim according to the Emperor's letter, was the guy who killed Lysandus. And now we get to kill him. Lysandras' ghost appeared to me and told me that only the death or humiliation of his murderer, Lord Woodbourne, would lay his soul to rest. He didn't say that. He just said, be the instrument of my revenge. Lord Woodbourne is a noble of Wayrest and betrothed to Princess Elisana. He has a castle in the wilderness of Wayrest, which we conveniently know the location of now. Thank goodness. So next time, it's time to finally lay the ghost of Lysandras to rest, I suppose.